beast! Ah!
Hello, and welcome to an episode of Not the Bees, the Nicolas Cage filmography podcast. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Megs.
And this week we watched 2016's The Trust with Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood. They star as Jim and Dave. Jim and Dave are cops in Las Vegas. Jim is a lieutenant and Dave is a sergeant. One day at a crime scene, the captain asked Jim to have a riding lawnmower pulled from auction because he wants to give it to his son-in-law as a gift. At the garage, after getting the mower placed on hold, Jim notices a nice car and goes to take a look. Turns out the car doesn't run, but in the engine block are several canisters of cocaine. The car belonged to a local dealer, and Jim asks to see the file. Jim invites Dave out to discuss the case file. Dave doesn't like this location and wants to talk tomorrow, but Jim insists he look at the bail receipt first. The guy paid $200,000 in cash. Dave asks if Jim wants to rob the drug dealer because that does not sound easy at all. Jim wants to just put a tail on him, see where the money is coming from. Jim says he'll cover Dave's time off to tail the guy, and Dave agrees. So Dave tails the guy to his job at a hotel bar. Dave meets with Jim and tells him to go to work on time for all of his shifts, and Jim says he must owe someone. He's a drug dealer, so his job to stock a bar doesn't make sense. Jim goes into the hotel to look around, but Dave tries to stop him. He says the kid got rolled. Now his people are making him do this job. He's not wasting any more of his time off for this. He tells Jim that outside of getting hired as a bellhop or something, there's nothing more to do here. Back at work one day, Dave gets some paperwork from another cop telling him that Jim wants Dave to be on his desk while he's out on assignment. Dave is confused, but turns out Jim did get a job at the hotel to follow the drug dealer. One night in the hotel's loading dock, Jim sees a truck pull into that says laundry, and he goes to check it out, but the workers make him stop and tell him to stay away, so obviously he follows the truck once it leaves. The truck stops to deliver at a small convenience store. Jim hires a homeless person to take some Polaroids in the store. He shows them to Dave, says he thinks that whatever they bring in doesn't come back out. Dave goes to get the blueprints from the city for the building because there's a freezer with a big-ass chain on it in the photos. He finds that the freezer is newly renovated and has 36 inches of steel and concrete around it. It's a vault. Jim asks if Dave has ever broken into a vault. Dave says no, but they ponder how to get the stuff out. Jim calls a company in Germany that makes drills to get a price while Dave comes up with a plan. There's an apartment above the store that may have a tenant. Jim refinances his house to pay for his half, and Dave borrows his share from a crooked cop by stealing money from a drug front that the crooked cop is running. Jim gets guns from a criminal named Bobo. He doesn't buy them, though. As soon as the deal is done, Jim kills Bobo and takes all the guns and his money. They spend a few weeks making tactical outfits and learning how to use the drill. They track down the tenant of the apartment and make a plan for handling him. On the day, the two break into the upstairs apartment and restrain the tenant and a woman. The plan is to drill through the apartment floor into the top of the vault where the tumblers are. While Dave goes to get all of the equipment and schlep it inside, Jim ends up killing the tenant but not the woman. They put the body in the bathtub and tie the woman to the bed frame and start drilling. They stop to eat because the first drill bit is shot. A cop ends up driving by with his lights on. Dave goes out to speak with him. The cop says he got reports of equipment being carried in, and Dave says that's likely. They're on a stakeout. Dave gets the guy to leave. Just as the cop is leaving and Dave is returning, the woman is able to get free from the bed frame and bursts into the room. Jim raises his gun to shoot her, but Dave grabs her and ties her to the sink pedestal in the bathroom. They get back to drilling. The next drill bit breaks when they're about a quarter of an inch from getting through. Jim decides to fashion a small bomb with an empty pill bottle, gunpowder, steel wool, and a lamp. It works. Dave goes into the store downstairs and cuts the chain to the freezer, which leads to the door of the vault. Jim is upstairs looking into the hole with some kind of scope so he can lead Dave through the tumblers. Dave writes the combination onto the door as he finds them. Once inside the vault, they find a clean white room with several cabinets. A lot of the cabinets contain diamonds. Some have cash and other things. Dave says they should go back upstairs and clean up the drill before they grab this stuff. Dave goes into the bathroom when the woman calls. She says she has a son. She needs to call his dad. Dave has her write the number in his hand, and then he goes to get a phone and lets the woman make her call. As Dave and Jim continue to clean up the equipment, Dave finds a false wall that's full of guns. Jim goes into the bathroom without his mask on and tries to ask the woman whose guns they are. She says she doesn't know anything. She doesn't even know the guy who lives there. They just had coke. Jim leaves her. Dave tells Jim he doesn't want to do this. They need to leave. This is crazy. But then he looks and he sees all of the bags Jim brought and accuses Jim of knowing about this place rather than stumbling into it. Jim swears he didn't know about this. He's just a positive person. He's so positive that he bought tickets to the Bahamas for the both of them. They're in his pocket. Dave is concerned Jim is going to make him the fall guy, but Jim says to get a grip and split millions of dollars with him. Dave wipes the combination off the vault door. The two fight and Dave opens the door. He sits in silence while Jim loads up all the goods. Back upstairs, Dave contemplates while Jim is pulling all the equipment out and taking it back to the van. He says they'll drive north and get rid of the woman. While he's gone, Dave grabs a gun from a trunk and goes into the bathroom with the woman. He keeps the door open and points the gun at the open doorway, waiting for Jim. When he appears, Dave shoots him in the throat. There's a bit of a gunfight between them, but Dave is able to kill Jim. Dave checks his pockets. He really did buy tickets to the Bahamas. Dave puts all the loot back in the vault. He takes the woman, puts her into the van. He tells her if she does as she says, he'll let her go. They drive into the desert, and he says next time they stop, he will let her go. A utility van pulls ahead of him on the highway. Then a truck blocks him on the left. There's a phone number on the van. It's the same number the woman gave him to call. Dave starts freaking out, demanding who they are, when the back door of the van opens and someone points a gun. Dave grabs his badge and holds it up. He says he's a cop as the bullet goes into his cheek and out the back of his head. The woman pulls her hands in front of her under her legs. She tips the bag off her head and moves to the front of the van. She moves Dave's body and hits the brakes millimeters away from being T-boned by an 18-wheeler at an intersection. The last thing we see is an evidence warehouse where all the evidence from Dave and Jim's case is being put away. Megan.
Yes.
What did you think about this movie?
I didn't like it.
I didn't either.
I don't understand how it has 62% on Rotten Tomatoes because it's not it's so boring.
It has all of the elements of being a good film, but it's just not.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's like trying to force puzzle pieces together that aren't meant to go together. Like that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when Jim kills Bobo, like, he's riding with Bobo out into the middle of nowhere so that they can do this gun deal. And then he picks up one of the guns, shoots Bobo in the head, packs up all the guns, packs up the money, and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing before that to indicate this turn, where he's gone from a cop with a wacky idea to rob a vault to murdering
chaotic
people.
Evil. Yeah. Yeah, he literally goes from being this, like, I mean, obviously a little bit crooked. Like they're not, super law-abiding police officers.
Yeah, but he's just kind of an affable doofus.
Yeah, yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's a murderer.
Yeah. And, like, we don't get to see when the tenant inside dies when Dave goes out to get equipment, so we don't know if that was on purpose or not.
Oh, it was totally on purpose.
Like, it has to have been, right? It had to have been on purpose. And, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. This movie's just not good. Like, there's a subplot somewhere about Dave being divorced, but it's never spoken about. Like, he wears a wedding ring, but, like, he hires hookers to sleep with. And there's a box in his kitchen that's got, like, some woman's name on it.
Yeah.
And it's, like, her closet. Like, did she die? Did they get divorced? Like, what the fuck happened? None of that's ever talked about. Like, we don't know who these people are.
Jerry Lewis plays Jim's dad.
Yeah.
And there's no real good reason for that.
Nope.
That character doesn't need to exist.
He adds literally nothing. He's got, like, 3 lines. Ethan Suplee is an honorable mention. He was in this movie.
He was amazing. He's amazing in everything. I love Ethan Suplee.
He is amazing in
And
everything.
Elijah Wood is really good in this.
He is really good in this. You know who's not good in this?
Who?
Nick Cage's mustache. They should stop putting him in mustaches.
They
It
really
does
should.
nothing for his face.
It does not. It does not.
It does not.
I did like the line when they're leaving the pepper mill and they're standing outside. Dave is smoking a cigarette and he's agreeing to go follow the drug dealer. And he just says, I truly have nothing better to do and I despise my job.
Yeah. To his boss. Like, Jim is his boss.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, there are some good lines in this movie.
But
it's not badly written.
It is badly written because it's just, it's like, it's nothing but dangling threats and plot holes.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Like, who was the woman? Who the fuck did she call? What's up with the guns hidden in the apartment? What's up with the tenant? Who owns the vault?
Yeah, this movie leaves a lot more questions than it answers, which is really annoying anytime that happens. But when I said, like, it wasn't, like, badly written, like, the dialogue was good, I thought. I thought that the banter between Elijah Wood and Nick Cage was really good on screen. I thought they had good chemistry.
Yeah.
I even thought the woman who I don't know, I thought she did a really good job of acting. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of people in this movie, to be completely honest. It's just, yeah, like, it's just not... It's like held together with cotton candy.
Yeah, it's string and duct tape is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not interesting. And it has all of the elements of being interesting, but because of all of the plot holes, it's just frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely difficult to, like, it was just so boring. And, like, I ended up having to skim through the movie again to do the write-up because I was so bored by it. Like, I just didn't remember, like, half of the stuff that happened. Because it's just so boring. Like, I thought that the restaurant that they went to was a strip club. And I watched it fucking twice.
Yeah, but it's the Pepper Mill. It's a famous restaurant in Vegas. It's not a strip club.
Well, I've never been to Vegas. You've been there every year for God knows how long.
It's not a strip club, but it is on the seedier side. It's someplace that, like, has not been redecorated since the 70s.
Yeah.
I also ended up watching the movie twice because I put it on the first time and then I was so bored that I got wrapped up in doing work and then had to start it over again the next day because it just got away from me.
Yeah, it's just really boring.
And I thought I must have missed something. I didn't. It just is that boring.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really dull. And I'm saddened by that because I love Elijah Wood. I love Nick Cage. They had good chemistry together, like you said. They played off each other really, really well.
Yeah, by rights, this should have been a really good movie.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
What went wrong?
I don't, like, the only thing that I can think is, like, it had to have been, like, editing. Because, like, there are parts where it just, like, jumps from place to place. Like one day he's on the phone with Germany asking you about a drill, and the next day, like, they fucking have it. Like, how long did this plan take?
Yeah.
How, like, we missed all of that. We missed, I don't know. It just, yeah. There's just I don't know if it was editing. I don't know if that was intentional. But it, like, yeah, it's not good. The plot is very thin to begin with. I mean, they're clearly, you know, for the fact that they're police officers and not just police officers, but like a lieutenant and a sergeant should have the know-how and wherewithal to do things that criminals do because their job is to subvert it. So, like, they have to think like criminals anyways. And yet somehow they, like, spectacularly fucked up this situation.
Yeah.
And, like, not in a funny ha-ha way. And definitely in a way that made it seem like Jim was trying to set Dave up to take the fall. But like
I never got that sense that he was trying to set Dave up.
No, neither did I. It was clear that he stumbled onto it, but like his behavior towards Dave once they reached the apartment just turned so much. Like he was just a completely different person. So I don't know. I don't know what this movie was trying to do. I don't think that it did what it wanted to do. And that's kind of a really unfortunate, like, waste of Elijah Wood and Nicolas Cage to me.
Yeah, it does feel like a waste of their talents.
Yeah.
What would we rate this movie?
Listen, honestly, it's a D for me. It's a D. I can't. It's D for disappointing.
I will side with you on a D. What do we give the caginess of it?
I feel like I'm going to be too harsh, but I mean, I'm going to say like a C at best. I think Elijah Wood's performance was better than his performance.
I agree with that. I will give him a C.
Also, that mustache did not fucking help. It's such a distraction, man. Like,
he's just wearing like a caterpillar on his nose.
Literally! That's the entire thing that I was thinking was like, this just looks like a fucking caterpillar. Like, get off his face. It was not good. It just was not good. So, yeah, I would give him a C and I would give the movie a D. I genuinely am baffled at how it has 62% on Rotten Tomatoes, being that we've watched it twice, and I don't think either one of us would give it a score higher than like 30.
No.
Yeah. So definitely not a movie that I think we would recommend.
No. Well, there you have it, folks. It's a no from us on The Trust. But if you are with us and you want to play along, we're on social media. We're on Instagram at Not the Bees Pod. We are on Patreon at Not the Bees, and you can kick us a few bucks and get early access to episodes if you want to help support what we're doing. But that's going to be it for us this week. I've been Elizabeth.
And I've been Megs.
And we'll catch you next time.